Hi, friends. So, if today's date, June the 19th, is your birth date, this is a reading for you for this year. This is a three-card pull, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, and an action you can take to keep yourself in balance this year. So, your general energy card of the year is the vow. And this asks you to look at the vows that you have made in your life. Look at the vows that you're about to make. Look at the vows that you have made recently to someone or to some organization or to some philosophy or to some sense of yourself. And where are you with that vow? Have you lived up to your vow? Have you lived up to your word? Have you lived up to your commitment? Are you really wishing to create a new vow? Uh, and maybe you're wishy washy about it. Maybe you don't know how to say yes or say no to a vow someone else is asking you to commit. Maybe you want someone else to make a vow to you. Maybe this is about ensuring a response, ensuring a reaction, ensuring a commitment to something that is really powerful to you. And that you want to know that other people are as interested, as committed, as willing as they can be. So a lot of ways the vow can be looked at, and if you're not wishing to have a vow anymore that you've already committed to, maybe this is a time to really look at some kind of ritual to release yourself from the vow, release yourself from the commitment, forgive yourself for breaking it off. Also, ask for forgiveness and compassion for someone from someone else who might feel let down and hurt by that breaking of the vow. So the vow can go in a lot of directions. Your particular challenge this year is about temperance. And temperance is all about, when we feel stuck, sometimes we want to break out and and live a little and change it up and do something that makes life feel more rich and full and satisfying in some way if we feel stuck in a vow that we don't like. And so the sense of the challenge for the temperance card is fanaticism or obsessive compulsive ism, in the sense of using things to make yourself forget or make yourself feel numb or make yourself feel joy when you're not really feeling joy. So, drugs, sugar, sex, pleasure, work, workaholism, all those things that that kind of change and alter our normal perception of things. We want something to change and be altered, or we wouldn't be reaching out to these external things that might bring us some kind of relief and some kind of gratitude. So your challenge this year is to maintain your sense of balance, to maintain your sense of non-fanaticism or non-lunacy, to go either way, to become so lunacy is about overly committing yourself to this vow and being repressive to others who can't commit to it, and finding ways to make someone else wrong who can't do it. And then fanaticism can be about needing to break something so fanatically that you or needing to create something so fanatically that it's the only thing that drives you and the only thing that you want. So it's all about those senses of where you give your willpower and where you give your action and where you give your sense of what you do for escape, what you do for relief, what you do for change, what you do for facing things that you don't necessarily want to face, and whether they're pro or anti, whatever the vow might be. So ultimately, the card of action to take is the skunk, and the skunk is all about reputation. The skunk's reputation often precedes it. If you see a skunk down coming down the road, you're going to get out of its path because you might be skunked. You might be stunk up by their need to keep their boundaries. So this is the question of what are you doing with your reputation? Are you spraying others who might be a challenge to you, who might be in your way, who might be um, just someone that you're angry toward, or are you just keeping good boundaries that say, well, I can be at ease, but I can also know that I can spray you with some uh, good boundaries if I need to, and that I can keep my boundaries intact. But the reputation card of the skunk is really about, do you overly spray things to keep people away, to keep situations away? Do you make others wrong? Do you put out a stink that the whole world hears and then judges you about, and makes you wrong about because you're always a stinker? Or are you respecting your stink and using it only when it's really appropriate and really right for you to put up the good boundaries that you might need to do? So, what does all this say? Well, I think for June 19th, this is about the question of um, how you go about living your life and either accepting the vows that you have made or changing the vows that no longer feel right to you, and also how you go about honoring those people who either don't want to accept the vows that you're offering or want you to accept the vows that they're offering, and what you do about it. So if you can allow yourself to be temperate and to not go to any extremes, uh, this year is going to be very powerful for you. And if you can think about your reputation and think about how much stink you want to put out into the world to get something done versus understanding that your stink is something that you can use when you really need it, and not be known as a little stinker, not be known as someone who has a frail or hard-edged ego that no one wants to come up against. So it's all about your sense of yourself, how you want to present yourself to the world, and how you want to defend yourself from things that aren't really good for you anymore. And whether you're going to use something else to get away from them, to block them, to feel something else other than what you're feeling in your soul right now. So, blessed be. This is a powerful year. Allow yourself patience. Allow yourself beauty. Allow yourself some joy. Allow yourself to not think this is the end of the world. If you have to change your mind or redirect your energies, so keep yourself in good stead. Don't be a stinker to your own self. Don't hold yourself on over intense negative feelings toward yourself or toward others. Learn how to be temperate with your judgments and your feelings and your angers and your fears. Learn how to not give them so much power this year. Aho Mitakuyasin, blessed be.